Hello and welcome to my first video review or discussion type thing which I'm going to be doing. I'll put my phone on silent because this is the fourth time I've recorded this message and this video, and each time I've been interrupted. 1. Another admin on Skype, thank you. 2. My mother. Yeah. 3. Some friends asking if I'm going out, text. And 4. A Candy Crush request. So yeah, still about a break, didn't know that. Anyway, this first video is my NuWho series ratings and rankings, and for me this is a special one for me because, let's just say, as you'll find out, my videos aren't the most conventional. I like things that other people don't seem to like, and things that people don't like, I love. For example, The Rings of Akaten, I love it, but The Doctor's Wife doesn't do anything for me. So this is a really interesting one for me, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys think in the comment section. So we'll start off with my first favourite series. That one is Series 4. David Tennant and Catherine Tate. What a pairing. They're perfect together, and the stories are just great. I mean, there's not a bad story in that series. I mean, let's have a look on the list. So we've got Partners in Crime. It's a laugh, you know. People like a laugh, and I, for one, enjoy the light-hearted specials. The Fires of Pompeii, not the best episode, but still an enjoyable one. Planet of the Ood, you know, it brings back a popular alien. I'm not going to say a monster because they're not a monster, but a popular alien. That's Facebook. I forgot to put my laptop on mute. The Sontaran two-parters, like, once again, not the best, but still enjoyable. You know, Unicorn of the Wasp, Silence in the Library, Forest of the Dead, all of them, very good stories. You know, Midnight, one of the best stories ever. And then we get to Turn Left, The Stolen Earth, and Journey's End. And in my opinion, The Stolen Earth and Journey's End is my favourite story in 50 years. And I'll do a review on that so you can see why. But I just love it. So there's just nothing to fault about it. I mean, even Rose, and I don't like Rose, but even Rose, she is great. You know, Catherine Tate, who would have thought, one of the best companions ever. You know, way above all the rest NuWho ones. You know, except maybe Rory and Mickey, the other ones don't stand a chance. The dog's barking, so I'm happy. And then, so after Series 4, my second favourite series is Series 5. First series for Matt Smith. Karen Gillan appears, you know, Arthur Darvill, and Alex Kingston returns. Once again, only one iffy episode this time, and that's Victory of the Daleks. Not a fan. I just didn't see the point in it, to be honest. I think the series would have been better without it. And even The Beast Below, you know, it's an alright series, fella, but it does nothing for me. But Matt Smith, perfect. Karen, perfect. Arthur, perfect. Now Alex, perfect. The two-parters, let's have a look. The Time of Angels, Flesh and Stone, brilliant. The Hungry Earth and Cold Blood, not very popular, I love it. You know, the Pandora Opens the Big Bang, brilliant. You know, what is not to like about it? And then we have the other episodes. The 11th Hour, just wow. Amy's Choice, brilliant. And then Vincent and the Doctor, now astounding. Just, wow. Wow. Brilliant. brilliant, brilliant. I don't even know what to say. Then we go to series 1. Christopher Eccleston and Billie Piper. I like Rose in this series. Other than this series, go. Why? Why come back? We've had you. Your story is over. That's it. And you'll know why I don't like Rose in an upcoming video, Martha Jones versus Rose Tyler, where I prefer Martha, other people prefer Rose. Yeah. Series 1, once again, a very, very strong series. Christopher Eccleston, I started with this series. I remember tuning in 26th of March 2005, watching Rose. And I remember, just wow, just brilliant, 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 brilliant. Fantastic. And except for The Unquiet Dead and The Long Game, all the other series there are brilliant. You know, Bad Wolf and Parting of the Waves, it's just great. It's just everything you want in a Dalek story, and something that we haven't had it since that episode, and it's a shame because they're great. You know, Dalek, another Dalek episode. I don't know how else to put it. Another Dalek episode. We want episodes like that. You know. Back when Russell T Davies was the showrunner, he wrote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 10 stories. I'm counting the 2 parts as one story. There's 6 of them. And Stephen Moffat doesn't do that. And that's because Stephen Moffat can't write that many. He just hasn't got the capabilities, in my opinion. I am Russell all the way. Moffat, he's good. He's not good. You know, The Empty Child Never Stops Dances whilst we're on series 1 is great, but just when it comes to being showrunner, he lacks something, especially when it comes to series 7 and the 50th anniversary special. Sorry guys, so sorry. So then I go on to my next favourite series, and that is series 3. Now, Martha Jones, she's not the best one. She had the hard job. And now, I loved Rose when I first saw her. And I was the same with Martha as everybody else was. And some people still are. Where's Rose? I want Rose. But no, we don't want Rose. We wanted Martha. Martha was perfect for that series. Perfect to be after Rose. And no other companion could have followed Rose as well as she did. And just, they couldn't. I mean, it's got stories like blink, don't blink, blink and you're dead, you know. Simple things like statues that come to life and they terrify you. And I love it. I love those stories, you know. The Girl in the Fireplace, although a very forgettable one which hard to remember. You know, but robots and clocks and simple stuff like that. Shadows and Vashta Narada. But we also get in this series the return of the Master, who's great. I love the Master. John Sim in this series is my favourite Master. When he comes back in the End of Time, I kind of but in this series he is great. He's corrupted, and I love that. Then we get on to my next one, which is the series 4 specials. No Companion, which I don't really think worked just as well as it could have done. The Next Doctor, awful. Planet of the Dead, awful. The Waters of Mars, better. You know, not perfect, but definitely better. And The End of Time, awful. What can you say? Although it's fifth on my list of favourite, we'll come back to the others in a minute. You'll see. They are enjoyable to watch, but the stories are awful. Tennant was great. I don't really like Tennant, as you'll see coming up in another video. Why Tennant is my least favourite Doctor. Not a popular decision, like I said at the start. But why? The Planet of the Dead, that could have been so much better. Russell had so much time to write these. And the reason I like The Wars of Mars is Graham Harper directed it. The best director in Doctor Who ever. Ever. And the end of time, don't get me started. Next, we get Series 7. Yeah, I know. Does anybody else do that sigh when they hear the words? Series 7. Standalone episodes do not work. Series breaks do not work. We want 2-parters. We want a full 13 episode series together. It just does not work. So, Asylum of the Daleks, awful. Dinosaur the Spaceship was alright. Filler, Power 3 filler. Henry Kit Manhattan didn't live up to his expectations. The Snowmen, one of the best Christmas specials. Bells, filler. Rings, loved it. Cold War, awful. Hyde, filler. Journey, awful and filler. Crimson Horror, the second best ever. Nightmare in Silver, filler. The Name of the Doctor really needs to be a 2-parter. It needed it. Then we get up to my penultimate. I can't really say that. Penultimate. I love it. Series, and that's Series 6. Oh, why? Moffat, you could have done so much better than Series 6. The Impossible Astronaut and The Day of the Moon worked brilliantly as a series opener. It really, really did. And then we got The Curse of the Black Spot. We got Let's Kill Hitler. We got Night Terrors. We got The God Complex. And it just didn't work. It just didn't feel like a series. It felt like standalone episodes. The series arc going through it was very weak. It was mostly River Song, who is great to start with. Not a big fan anymore. She's very overused. But then we do get the few gems. A Good Man Goes to War. Wow, you know, and The Girl Who Waited. Wow. Yeah. Let's just say Matt, Karen, Arthur all deserve more. Brilliant actors and actresses, and so just to be given that series is, for might as well, just stamped on their heads, because it was a bit of a kick in the balls, to be honest. And then we get to the awful, awful, awful series that is Series 2. Now you put your head in your hands. Come on, guys. Head in your hands. And you take a deep breath. And you know that it does come to an end eventually. There is one good episode in this series, and that's the finale. So we have to sit through 11 episodes. New Earth, Tooth and Claw, School Reunion. Love Sarah Jane, hate the episode. Cyberman 2-parter, Rise of the Cybermen, Age of Steel. The Idiot's Lantern, you must be an idiot to enjoy that. The Impossible Planet, the Satan Pit, Love and Monsters, not as bad as people think, it's still dreadful. And Fear Her, the worst NuWho episode ever to be created. Ever. And that's not an exaggeration. Awful. Tennant was really good. I loved him in this series. Rose, just spoiled little brat. She's just, School Reunion should just show everyone just what she's like, and she did not work as a companion in that. Her whole, oh Doctor, I love you, oh Doctor, you didn't mention Sarah Jane, you've never mentioned her. Get over it, you're not the first companion, just get over it, okay? The Doctor has loved people way before you. Maybe not as he did Rose, but he loved them as mates, you know. he loved Tegan as a best mate, and he loved Ace as like a daughter. You can just tell as a daughter. He might not have shown it all the time, but you can tell that the underlying love between those two, and it's great. And let's just say, Series 2, why not have that have been a missing episode and not the Underwater Menace for Highlanders? I'd rather Series 2 was missing than the ones we've got missing. That's all I can say. So, I'm now going to do my series rankings. Series 1, 8 out of 10. Series 2, 2 out of 10. Series 3, 6 out of 10. Series 4, 10 out of 10. 4 specials, 5 out of 10. 5, 9 out of 10. 6, I would give a 4 out of 10. And 7 would also get a 5 out of 10. What do you think? Do you think Series 2 is the best series? And do you despise Series 4? Well, let me know in the comments, and I'm going to do this thing where I do a weekly video maybe, and I answer your comments and I reply to them. That's only if I get comments, of course. But yeah, just tell me what you think, and of course, please subscribe. You know, you might not agree with me, but I'm a laugh, I hope. Maybe not with me, maybe more at me. But please subscribe if you want to laugh, even if it is at me. You know, I don't mind. So yeah, just subscribe, comment, tell me what you think, and just happy Hoovianing. Yeah, and Happy New Year. See ya.